We have Connie Leung, Senior Director, Financial Services Business Lead, Asia, Worldwide Financial Services from Microsoft, to tell us more about digital transformation in financial services and the impact of COVID-19. Connie, please.
Welcome to the Intelligent Financial Services session. I'm Connie Leung. I'm part of the Worldwide Financial Services Industry team of Microsoft. I'm based out of Hong Kong and cover Asia Pacific. Today, I would like to share with you the digital transformation in the financial services industry, the COVID-19 impact and the new normal, and how technology is a key enabler to support innovation in our industry. Today, I would like to share with you the digital transformation of financial services industry, what we see in terms of the COVID-19 impact and the new normal. First, let's look at the challenges that financial services industries are facing. We see changing customer expectations demanding more digital and personalized service. There is continuous disruptions from fintech. Also, huge legacy systems in our industry. Actually, people is part of the legacy too. Then is the increasing frequency of claims, fraud, and cybercrime. And last but not least, we operate in a very complex regulatory environment. Besides industry challenges, we are also faced with technology disruptions, such as open APIs, which is crucial for open banking, data and AI, which enables more customer insights and personalization. Cloud enables more agility, computing power for both IT modernization and risk modeling, and blockchain that offers security for consortiums. These technologies are easily available and relatively low cost to deploy, particularly for new entrants like fintechs and challenger banks. They're able to take advantage and win market share, which poses tremendous pressure on the traditional banks. It has now become a race on technology adoption. Whoever is the fastest, smartest adoption, stay ahead of the game. When it comes to digital transformation, as we are a highly regulated industry, regulations are important to technology adoption. We at Microsoft has invested in broad engagement with regulators. For the past 6 years, we have many one-on-one discussions with over 100 regulators globally. We also run global and regional regulator summits and has become a trusted advisor when it comes to modernizing regulations, particularly in cloud computing. Through these dialogues, we are able to create a constant feedback loop between the regulators and customers and make improvements to our services to enhance our products from a regulatory and risk assurance perspective. It has been a journey. As we provided input to regulators to modernize regulations, which has resulted in markets around the world update regulatory guidance to provide clarity on use of cloud. We see a direct positive impact of cloud adoption by our customers, as you can see in the slide. I worked very closely with regulators in Asia, and we are seeing regulators are driving industry innovations, particularly when there are fintech offices such as Hong Kong and Singapore. Monetary Authority of Singapore has recently announced data connectivity between US Treasury and Australia. These are great examples of where regulators are driving industry innovations, and in this case, cross-country innovations. Many of our customers ask me about what success looks like. Digital transformation is about change, and it's a journey, and no one is really done with it, as it's a continuous journey. We have helped thousands of organizations on their digital transformation by embracing change and unlocking new value creation. And driving change requires a vision strategy from top management and a CEO agenda. Then we need a culture that supports innovation, and it will quickly become a cultural transformation. Ultimately, it needs to be backed up by unique market potential and business outcomes. And capabilities are about talent, skills, tools, infrastructure. And technology is really a key enabler to bring in capabilities to the organizations. What's Microsoft's perspective in financial services? We are focused on supporting key areas that are important to our customers, from front to middle to back office. It is around delivering differentiated customer experience, empower employees through teamwork, managing risk across the organization, combating financial crime, and modernizing core systems. So what do we mean by that? Let us just illustrate with a few examples. Many people may think mission-critical workloads cannot be put on the cloud. Well, the reality is times have changed. And with the modernization of regulations, mission-critical workload can be put on the cloud. And here's the work that we have done with UBS. UBS has selected Microsoft Azure to run its risk management. Risk requires tremendous computing power to run millions of calculations daily on demand. By using Azure and moving this workload to the cloud, we were able to help UBS save up 40% of infrastructure costs and gain the agility by moving CapEx to OpEx, making the firm with more capital on hand. Here is another example of NetBank on differentiated customer experience. To grow revenues with different customer segments without increasing the number of human agents, NetBank has selected to deploy a digital agent or assistant using the bot framework. They estimated a 90% of transactional savings and also improving efficiency without increasing the number of agents. So this is a very good example of how we use technology to enhance and embrace the organization to target a selected segment, which is demanding more digital experience. As we move to more personalized customer service, here's another example of a partnership with TD Bank in Canada by embracing data and AI. TD Bank is using Power BI dashboards to empower its servicing teams with better customer insights, and subsequently will be deploying AI on customers' predictions. Another example of how technology such as data and AI can actually differentiate your services with the customers. In terms of trends in financial services industry, with regulators opening up to open banking and granting new virtual bank licenses, back in 2017, the idea of born in the cloud bank, which most people would think that's not possible, and has quickly become a reality. ClearBank is the first new clearing bank in more than 250 years in UK and trying to transform clearing experience to a 100% digital business model. The bank has adopted Azure to operate in the cloud. And I have invited ClearBank Chairman Nick to the FinTech Festival in Singapore last November. And when he shared about choosing the Microsoft Cloud, one of his remarks was Microsoft's investment of $1 billion a year on cybersecurity is a key factor for his decision to choose Microsoft Cloud. There's no safer way to build a company. Actually, with our ongoing engagement with regulators, some of the regulators are acknowledging that cloud is more secure than on-prem. Fast forward 2 years, here are two other examples of born in the cloud insurance and bank. Hanwha Insurance in Korea has launched a brand new first digital non-life insurer called Carrot in Korea and is now running on Azure. We also have on the right side the Anglo Gulf Trade Bank in Abu Dhabi, launched, which includes KYC, sanctions, payments, liquidity, AML, and core banking. And it's powered by all the technologies that we mentioned earlier, cloud, data and AI, blockchain, CRM. And as these new entrants entering the market, the time taken to adopt these technologies is getting shorter and shorter. In the case of Anglo Gulf Trade Bank, it's about 6 months to launch their first service. When we talked about data a lot in our industry lately, I think the key one is how can we actually effectively move into a data-driven organization? So here's another example of how we are partner in collaboration with Westpac to support their mission. They've launched the Data-Driven Experience Platform, and that's a foundation for real-time data analytics across the bank, and we'll be using machine learning and other Azure cognitive services to support decision-making and delivering more personalized service based on better understanding of customer behavior or preferences. We're excited to be able to partner with Westpac on the journey of transforming into a data-driven organization, where I think the industry is heading today. And this will be the beginning of a new era of how the entire digital transformation journey will happen in our industry. Now let's take a look at the COVID-19 macro impacts across financial services industries. Just to name a few here, from the banking side, near to zero interest rates and billions are added to loan losses reserves. Capital market is very volatile right now. M&A is projected to drop 25% with a 2 trillion of equity to deploy. On the insurance side, a 15% auto premiums to be refunded by large US insurers and billions of cost in business interruptions. Of course, this is just a few COVID impacts. There will be more. But from a Microsoft perspective, as our CEO Satya rightly said, we saw 2 years of digital transformation in 2 months. COVID-19 impacts are primary forces to drive financial institutions to continue their digital transformation journey. We are not seeing any slowdown, but there may be a reprioritization, which we will touch on later. When cities are locked down, companies who are more traditional, like on the left side, and relying on physical presence, struggled more to organize a remote working workforce and maintaining business continuity versus companies on the right side who have more digital capabilities. We believe COVID is going to accelerate the digital transformation journey. There will be higher demand on digital capabilities, from initially remote working to remote servicing and remote selling for customer engagement. There will be more automation in industry scenarios. With the massive loan losses and slowdown on economy, financial institutions will continue to be under cost pressure and look at ways to reduce cost, streamline operations and efficiency. IT will continue to modernize and cloud will be preferred for BCP and agility. And financial institutions will look for new revenue opportunities and operate in a new business model. From a COVID response perspective, we see 3 priorities. Navigate the now, like maintaining BCP, plan the comeback, like we will help customers prepare to rebound the business. And in fact, certain countries like where I come from in Hong Kong, we're slowly coming back to normal operations. And shape the new normal to reimagine our customers' business. And some customers are saying remote working will become the new norm. Some companies are already planning a good portion of workers to continue to work remotely post-COVID. In Navigate the Now, financial services ecosystem must continue to operate under crisis or pandemic, and at the same time need to ensure the safety and healthiness of employees. Regulators are concerned about COVID and have sent notifications to financial institutions about business continuity and pandemic planning. Regulators are also showing flexibility to maintain resilience and liquidity. We have supported many customers in setting up remote working environment by adopting Office 365, Teams, and shipping services devices. We're also seeing higher cloud adoption as cloud enable greater resiliency, agility, and greater regulatory oversight. With the COVID-19 impact, we have seen higher demand on remote working, remote selling, and also increased compute capabilities. COVID is the biggest risk event for our industry, and it triggers a cultural change and many to rethink, reimagine their business models. Here are some of the scenarios that we found. Empower your employees. First and foremost, to ensure employee safety and some rapid deployment of remote work, as well as remote training and skilling for new people onboarding, as well as reassignment of roles. On managing risk, there will be mortgages and loan payment deferrals, liquidity and stress testing, and process compliance on the stimulus program. On the differentiated customer experience, we see engaged customers virtually. We see more rapid deployment of stimulus programs and contact center transformation. On the financial crime, there will be COVID-19 scam prevention, AML fraud prevention, and KYC identity protection. On payments and modernization, we continue to see deployment of new banks, real-time payments, and legacy modernization and more rapid migration to the cloud. We also see COVID accelerating the journey to digital and automation. While we have helped and supported our customer to deploy teams for remote working, Here is how we help insurance companies remote selling and servicing, and anywhere and anytime solutions to empower agents. The challenges our insurers face is due to COVID-19 outbreaks. Agent sales activities are impacted when face-to-face meetings are not happening. Such activities include the physical town hall meetings, agents training, and product selling. Our customer need a secure and compliant digital communication method that can provide secure storage of data, meeting compliance standards such as recording of meeting, location checking, and secure file sharing and e-signature. The solution is using Teams, are very easy to use to empower the agents to perform remote selling and using live stream event to replace physical meetings and conduct online training. When it comes to cost saving, automation is top of mind. Based on the research, as you can see on the screen, 60% of all jobs have at least 30% automable activities, and almost half of the activities can be automated through current technology. And collecting and processing data has the highest automation potential. We believe our industry has a lot of potential to further reduce costs through automation. Here's a case study of an example of automation. The goal for the bank is to reduce operating expenses and improve productivity without additional headcount. Challenges for the bank is there are many manual processes and have many variations in the process. Through a 4-week automatic discovery, without the need for any integration to the bank's existing system, the solution is able to identify the many sub-processes, over 500, the multiple variations of the same processes, and the duration. With all the insights gathered, has assisted the bank to find over 2,000 hours of yearly process savings. In the current COVID environment, agility is everything, and within weeks, this solution can help customers identify cost reduction in a very fast, efficient, and scalable way. We believe our Asia customers can get cost savings here. So now when we move into what's the new normal, one will ask, what's the new operating model and what does a pandemic bank look like? So many customers have told us that COVID has transformed culture within the organization. There will be remote work. Some already identified that remote work is going to stay post-COVID. Employees are more focused on customer relationships and experience. There will be automation of low-value activities, and they're taking adopt a first responder mindset, and also more remote skilling. No doubt there will be reprioritization for COVID around customer experience. We see some digital onboarding opportunities, areas of KYC and digital signing, virtual call centers, augmented human advisors and relationship managers. And on cost reductions and stimulus, we'll be seeing more rapid deployment of the government aid stimulus, eliminate some paper-based processes and embrace digitalization, and also programs to help SMEs. On the risk management and regulatory compliance, we'll have more real-time risk modeling, stress tests and reporting, alternative credit scoring, and maybe new data sets driving improved risk insights. And on cybersecurity and financial crime, as we mentioned before on the COVID-19 scams, more real-time payments and AML surveillance, and the protection from cyber attacks. We believe digital transformation will continue. There may be reprioritization, but there is definitely a new normal. The good news is, with a transformed culture, banks are more prepared to operate in a new model. At Microsoft, our mission is help financial institutions grow responsibly and deepen their customer relationships through an expansive platform that can integrate into complex banking environment with pervasive intelligence that embed analytics, and a market leader that understands regulatory and compliance requirements. We will continue to partner and collaborate with our customers in their digital journey.
Thank you for joining us today. COVID has certainly accelerated the digital transformation in our industry. We believe technology and innovation have become a must-have than a nice-to-have to help us weather through the pandemic. Please do come and engage with us in your digital transformation journey. Thank you.